Good evening, folks. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday night. Thanks for tuning in. Here is the progress video of my Italeri 1/48 scale Boeing CH-47D almost said Skycrane, Chinook helicopter, U.S. Army version out of Texas. All right, let's start off with the interior. So here's the main interior, and you can see the first off, you can see the rear ramp with its flooring, and yeah, it came out pretty good. I like how it came out. It wasn't too bad. There's the outside of it. So I did have an issue with this molding or whatever the heck it is. It came off on me, so I had to re-glue it. It kind of left a little bit of a mess, but it is what it is. So that's the rear ramp that comes down when they're unloading cargo and such, and of course soldiers and all that good stuff. So yep, that's the rear, that's that. And then of course here's the main cargo area with the seating. You can see the red seats. I should actually detail those seat belts there. That shouldn't take long. I did detail the little the rods that went through here. I do actually need to continue that before I go ahead and do final assembly on it. So you can see where I had masked off the flooring there. I used two different grays. I used a matte light gray from Rust-Oleum, and then of course the darker gray is a matte oh, what is it? It's the same color I used on the Skycrane. The oh man, I'm really having troubles remembering the name of the color. I get not gunship gray. Oh, here we go. Matte deep gray. There we go. It finally came to me. So yeah, that's the main flooring there. You can see the wall that separates the cargo area from the cockpit. I did the details with the black, flat black paint there. You can see the walkway going through into the cockpit. Go ahead and show that off. There's the cockpit for you. See the main instrument panel there. The decals laid pretty nicely. You can see the center instrument panel and the joysticks and whatever the heck else those whatever those things are on either side of the pilot and co-pilot seats. I'm not too sure what they are. But yeah, the back wall behind the seats, I painted a satin olive green color. I believe that's what I painted it, yeah. So yeah, and then of course you got these front panels that go ahead of the main instrument panel. The pedals that came with this were broken, and they were a pain in the butt to hold together, so I went ahead and not glued them on, so they're just not going to be there. As you can see here, and I'm going to show it off because it is what it is. On the co-pilot seat, the inner part of the seat frame was missing. I looked everywhere. I searched high and low for it in the box, on the floor, couldn't find it. So I had the other two pieces for it, and I just glued it. It's just hanging on there. So that's just how it's going to be. So yeah, that's the cockpit. Here's the rear landing gear. They look pretty good. I didn't glue them in yet. I still got some detail to do above there. The green that I used to do the rims on these are not the same flat army green that I did the fuselage and the remaining, the related components to the fuselage. So I did this in the flat green that I did that I used on the Black Hawk helicopter I did. So it's not the same green. It's a little off. Actually, I think this is a little darker, but that's okay. Such a small area, no one's really going to know the difference. It'll be hanging up on my ceiling in my room, so that's fine by me. Yeah, that fell off. Anyway, here's the underbelly of the chopper. You can see the componentry that goes on the bottom there. Those look like hooks for hanging things, loads and such, I'm guessing. And I'm guessing these are like little antennas. It sucks that I have, like I said, if you guys know what these parts are, definitely feel free to, let me know, because unfortunately Italeri does not explain what the parts are like Revell does. So I have no idea what most of these parts are. I just know the basic components of the helicopter, the fuselage, cockpit, rotors, rotor assembly, rotor hubs, landing gear. But when it comes to all this other stuff, I have no clue. I'm only guessing. So yeah, that's the underbelly of the chopper, and of course here's the other front landing gear that fell off. Looks pretty good though. All right, this isn't much. This is the ceiling to the chopper. This this covers the main cargo area. So it's from behind the cockpit separation wall all the way down. In fact, this is the front of it, and this is the rear of it. I'm not too sure what all that is that goes up into the ceiling there. I just left it alone. I just redid this in a flat gray, same flat gray I did the floor. So that's the ceiling. Really couldn't wait to show these off. Here are the interior walls with awesome decals. You got emergency exit, the little red crosses for medical, stuff like that. Emergent fire exits, emergency exits, another emergency exit. And of course here when you get into the rear, you got this fuel valve for engine number 2, the shutoff valve. Pretty cool. I really do dig the degree of decals that came with the interior. I think it's really cool. I did the interior walls in the same satin olive green, because that's what the instructions said to do, so I went with it. And of course here is the left side, same thing. This side has a window up in front, so. But yeah, the decals came out really nice. I'm real impressed with it. It's a very detailed kit. So yeah, that's the interior parts. Let's see. Okay, let's go on to the fuselage. This is the left side of the fuselage. I painted the fuselage and its related components in a Rust-Oleum flat army green. It's actually better than the green that I used on the Blackhawk, which was from Krylon. This one actually laid on to the parts very nicely. I didn't have any issues at all with it. So because this was given to me by my brother-in-law, and I don't have control over certain things, it did have some components that were either missing or broken. For instance, this rail, I guess that's a rail, I don't know what it is, but anyway, that goes on the left side here above the windows. It's missing its end, and this end here broke on me, so I got to re-glue it. Yeah, so that's the deal. I got the glass installed, and I did start with some of the bigger decals. So I'm not done with the decals. I have more decals that I need to add. One thing that's kind of bugging me is when you get water on this, it does leave stains. I hope I can clean that out. I hope that's not permanent. Yeah, that does bug me. So I'll try and see if I can just wipe that off. Maybe it'll come out. So yeah, one thing I did want to bring up is the Tech TXNG and the 20309, I'm sorry, was actually supposed to be further back. This is the rear of the fuselage here, and yeah, it was supposed to. I didn't realize it when I was putting it on. Like I said, the instructions with this are not the best. I don't know why. Italeri is a well-known model kit manufacturer. You would think that their instructions would be very good, but not necessarily. So anyway, yeah, the point I'm trying to make is the TXNG decals were supposed to go on after the fuselage was already together, and it was supposed to sit over the very edge here, and then of course the back here. That's okay, it's too late and I'm not going to worry about it. So that's that. Let's see, there's your left engine. There's the intake cover. The mesh was a pain. I did that yesterday and then I put the cover on. There's the exhaust outlet there. You can actually see it's in a gunmetal color, and then I painted the inside flat black to give it that soot look, you know, from exhaust. So, or carbon buildup. Thank you. That's what I meant, carbon buildup. So yeah, that's the engine. Pretty good detail. Don't know. Again, no parts call out, so I have no idea what that is. I don't even know what these little things are either, but whatever. I guess I could do some research and find out, right? So yeah, that's the left fuselage, and here's the right fuselage. Right fuselage is pretty much all the same as the left, with the exception of there's what looks to be some kind of an antenna up there, and there's the other engine. Okay, the glass is installed. You can see the decals I did put on. There's what I believe is a gurney, because it has a hook. I painted the hook gunmetal. Guessing that's what that is, a gurney. Let's see. Is there something else I wanted to show off? I'm trying to think here. I thought there was. Oh, yeah. No, I like the decals for the engine. I'm sorry, for the engines. Yeah, I like the decals that go on the engines. It says caution, insert flipper, door, lock pin prior to lifting cowl. That's what that says. And of course, this is a fuel panel decal. Pretty cool helicopter. You know, I've always liked Chinooks. They're always fun to watch fly overhead, and the big noise that they make when the rotors are chopping through the air. Always loved that since I was a kid. Here's your front glass, you know, your windshield and your nose. I'm guessing these what look to be antenna like looking things. I guess these are pitot tubes. That's my guess, you know, because like I said, there's no parts call out, so I have no idea. This one got bent a little bit, so I gotta straighten it out. I was lazy when I painted the framing for the glass, and I didn't tape off the back of the glass. Fortunately, I took some rubbing alcohol yesterday. Yeah, I got to do a little bit more there, it looks like, but I took some rubbing alcohol and I cleaned off the back of it, so it looks a lot better. Like I said, I'll go ahead and do a further cleaning just to get any excess off there. So yeah, I did the wiper arms. I did paint earlier, so I'll have them installed tomorrow. So yep, that's that. All right, let's take a look at the rotor hub assemblies. Rotor hub assemblies, I had no issue with. I just did them all as one unit, and then I painted them in the gunmetal color. There's the other one. All right, those are rotor hub assemblies. And I think the last thing we need to talk about is the rotors, pretty much. So the rotors I did in a flat black, and of course the portion where they connect to the rotor hubs I did in the same gunmetal color. They came out pretty good. I taped these off. I do got to clean up a little bit, but I spray painted the tips yellow yesterday. One of them actually has a little bit of a blemish there from the yellow, so yeah, I gotta fix that. I'll probably just take some flat black craft paint and touch it up. No big deal. Touch that up too. Yeah, they look pretty good. So yeah, those are your rotors. That'll be the last thing that gets installed on this helicopter. I don't want to break them. So yep, that will be the last deal. That pretty much does it for everything. I think I covered everything. that I needed to cover. So now it's time for final assembly, which will start tomorrow. So yeah, well, that's pretty much all the work I've done on this Boeing Chinook. So now I just got to continue adding decals. I believe I need to do some detail around the windows on the outside here, the exterior ceiling here, the seals. I think I got to paint those a different color. I can't remember. I'll have to look. Do some more work on the seats of the cargo area, and that's pretty much it. And start, like I said, start getting everything finally assembled. So stay tuned for the final reveal on it, and when this thing is ready for that, I'll have that up, and you'll get to see this thing together. And I'll go ahead and I'll probably leave the cargo ramp down so you can see what it looks like inside, and then when I'm done with that, I'll probably just glue it permanently, and that'll be that. So alright, well, you guys have a good night and be safe, and we'll see you on the next one.